So we just finished January 9th. Most people have already given up on their yearly goals. So how are your goals doing? Are you achieving what you need to do to get your end of the year goals? I know it's long ways to go, but these are the days. Gotta keep driving to reach what you want to reach. For us, we are doing extremely well. I don't know if we've ever had a January where we're doing this well. So this is day 19th review of our $300,000 profit for 2024. So we will go into the numbers right now. So we had another really, really strong day. Yesterday we did a lot of sourcing. Today we did a lot of prep. So this was actually the end of the day. So this was the start of the day. Woke up, I talked to you yesterday about our wholesaler, about asking him their stock levels, and if they're low on some, I want to go deeper and buy all of them so that way next month or 2 months from now, I'm not going to trying to restock stuff that's out of stock. So he got back to me pretty quick, and I've gotten about $4,000 more, $4,000 to $4,500 more of inventory that we're gonna buy. Just because some of like our best sellers over the last couple of months, they only have like 100 anywhere between 60 and 150 in stock, and we're just buying them out. It only sells. In fact, the ones that are for Walmart, we don't even know how well they sell because we'll buy like 10 and then they'll sell out in a week or two. We don't know exactly how long that's going to last. It's probably a few months, but it's like 150% ROI. The 150 units will make about $20 a piece, give or take, so $3,000. And this is the same wholesaler that we made over $1,000 profit over 23 ASINs last year. And a couple of them, three of them, we made over 5,000. So I am pretty confident in going deep on some of our better ASINs from this supplier. Way different than Sheffer. Yeah, that's just for another day. But that's been disastrous. A couple of those orders because you go to order quite a bit, and then all of a sudden it was closed out, and they've got another 1,000, 2,000 that they're wanting to sell. So now all of a sudden, not only did you go a little deeper to buy all their product out, now they've got 5 times more that they're trying to get rid of, and now you have thought you were the only one on the listing, and now there's 50 people on it. So that was the sourcing, and then random business, cleaned the emails, just a little bit of dead time for a little bit. And then I spent about 30 minutes emailing an accountant, filling out documents he was needing us to sign, and do some stuff for this year's taxes. And then I also did the new business transparency documentation. If you guys have an accountant, I'm sure they're gonna make you do that soon, some point or another. It's due at the end of 2024. Actually, I think it's due in January 2025. It took like 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I just went ahead and completed it. But it was super easy. Everything that we had just on hand. And then today, as I said yesterday, today was process. So spent like an hour and a half downstairs processing, and then another 2 hours, 3 hours, basically taking a couple breaks here or there, and then we shipped it out. It took about 50 minutes to ship out Amazon's, and then we shipped out Walmart's about 30 minutes. So the shipments, oh, that way actually wasn't all. I had and then we worked on the warehouse and got it organized because our prep helper is supposed to come tomorrow, and if she comes tomorrow, we want it to be nice and clean so where she can like actually work. Today at some points we were like we're having to walk sideways, and we had like half of it where we couldn't even work into it. So that was today really productive. Didn't get as much done as I wanted. Uh, with that said, it was still uh, pretty successful. I'm happy with it. When you work 9.5 hours in a day, uh, and it's productive, high quality work, there's no reason not to be happy with that. And then the quantity was 21 SKUs for 103 items on Walmart, which is kind of funny because a few days ago we shipped 103 items to Walmart. I'm like, what the heck? I double checked to make sure it wasn't the same shipment. But a few days ago we shipped 13 or 14 SKUs, and this is 21 SKUs. And then I'm hoping tomorrow we'll have another decent shipment for Walmart. Virtual employee is going to work on creating those listings. Near the end of the day, one of the Walmart tasks I did today was put a bunch of the dimensions, weights, and UPCs and manufacturing country in an Excel for him to make the listings. So it only takes me like a minute, 45 seconds to cut, a minute and a half to put all that stuff in there. And then it'll take him about 5 minutes, give or take, to make the listing. So, and then this was our Amazon shipment, $9,300 revenue, $2,800 buy cost, $2,000 profit. The profit is because we had a lot of stuff with Kohl's Cash. We had probably 10 or 20 units that are like $50 that were Kohl's Cash. Some of them Amazon got on the listing, so they're like the same price that we would have bought them if we didn't spend Kohl's Cash. But realistically, that's like we'll make 60 to 70% of their buy cost. So 2,800, 3,000, so like $2,000, give or take. We'll make $2,000 before all the additional expenses of like shipping it in. There was like no manpower on this stuff because my wife helped me a little bit, and it was me. And this is a lot of the RA too from the last couple of days. Not all of it, but it is quite a bit of it, especially when the one from Saturday, I believe it was. It was all of Saturdays. And then a little bit of OA that's been at the warehouse for a little bit, for a few weeks. Actually, some of it I think was before Christmas that got stuck, that we just weren't able to complete before Christmas break. So that was all that. And then we have our momentum Excel, pull it over. So we shipped out $9,300, which took us like 6 hours of work, give or take. And then my wife helped for a couple of hours. But that $9,300 is actually just our daily goal, basically, 8,200. So that puts things into perspective, like, holy cow, I'd have to do this 7 days a week to hit our goal. It would be easier when we have our prep helper, for one. And then also we have a prep center that we ship stuff to. Like this order right here, it's all partial. It's not counting right now because it's not finalized and not paid. But like that's going to be, right now it's projected to be $26.1 thousand. And then if it's $26,000, that will be like $55,000-$60,000 revenue, which is like a full week basically. 5,700, yeah. So if it's probably just below the weekly goal, and that's me not doing anything with it, because although some of that is Walmart, a good portion of it is Walmart. So not completely. It'll probably be like 40,000 maybe on Amazon, 40,000 on Amazon. But that's still 5 days of work for nothing, basically, because the prep center is doing it. My hours, 9.5, so we're down to 2 short, which is pretty good because we wore like 6 short just 2 days ago. Hopefully in the next couple of days, I'll be able to catch that up. It's a lot easier when the prep helper comes because she works for like 8 hours. So even if I work for 6 or 7 hours while she's working, and then I work a few hours in the evening, then that's easily 8, 9 hours. But I don't work the full 8 hours when she works because we take lunch and she doesn't have to take, she just works while she's or eats while on the clock. So that gets it down to like 7-ish, 7.5. And then depending on what the baby is needing or some other stuff, or just as distractions if I'm on a computer, typically why I only work like 6 hours, 7 hours when she's here for 8. Doesn't work for 8 because there's lunch in there, but you get the understanding. Then Amazon sales are still down. Walmart sales, we had a couple of fairly high quality sales. But it's still down what we want to go. Right, our goal is like $1,200 a day, give or take. So what's this at? About 2. Oh, just 1370 is the goal for Walmart sales. I should put this down there. But so we're like a fifth of what we are going to be for Walmart sales. That's just our inventory is low. The couple better sales that did happen on Walmart was stuff that just arrived from the prep center. They finished that like a week or 2 ago. And then our shipment from 3 days ago, January 6th is when we shipped it out, I believe, is what it said. Oh no, it was 6th at midnight. A little past midnight. So it was the 5th when we shipped it out. It just arrived today. So hopefully tomorrow or next day they'll receive that. Those 103 items, and then hopefully that will boost it up to 200-300 solid. And then Amazon just received like almost 1,000 items because we were right at that 12,000 mark, and now we're about 13,000 units. But that still means some of it's an FC transfer and stuff. So it's not like it's just a huge spike, but hopefully we'll see some increases, especially if the prep center stuff that they just shipped out a couple days ago will arrive. Then it could, if that takes a couple of days, then our sales could just keep falling because we haven't shipped out anything substantial. I mean, I kind of the 3rd and 4th, but that doesn't really count when we're selling $7,000 a day. So we've not really shipped out anything since before Christmas. So it was like the week of the 18th to 22nd. So we have had 1, 2, going on 3 weeks where we won't have shipped much. We're planning to ship a lot if we receive it the end of this week, but that means it still won't be received at the prep center until middle of next week, probably early to middle of next week. So we are definitely getting low on inventory, but this order will help. And then we've got this order that we should be receiving at the end of this week, early next week. And then we have the $5,000 order that I placed at the end of December, which was probably on one of these videos early on, which is what we're supposed to be receiving tomorrow. It's supposed to be received into last week, but the wintry mix caused a delay. That's all for that. Overall, was wanting to hit a little more revenue and COGS shipped out today. But at the same time, I wasn't planning on shipping any Walmart, and we shipped out 103 units. Probably 2,500 or $25 average, I would guess, over there. So that's probably $2,000, give or take, on Walmart that we shipped out. So tomorrow, what's in store tomorrow? For us, it is a lot of prepping and shipping, hopefully, of all of these. We did get a request for ungating and Lego. If we get ungated and Lego, then we're gonna have a lot of stuff to ship off to Walmart. This was only 4 boxes, 4 Walmart large boxes shipped to Walmart, and this was 6, I believe, for Amazon. But if we can get ungated and Lego from Walmart, we should be able to easily have 8 or 9 large boxes going to Walmart. If not, then it's probably only going to be like another 4-ish, 3 to 5, depending on how well it fits into boxes, how well it like Tetris is in. Hopefully, I'll be able to finish this wholesale order, and if I do, then that's going to look really, really good. I won't commit myself to 10 hours of work next week or tomorrow, but if I do get 10 hours of work tomorrow, then I'll be green or even on that, which is nice. So really in the next 2 days, theoretically, these two should be good. These are going to take a while because these won't come up until our shipments go out. And that's probably not going to get green on target until this is received and shipped out by the prep center, which that's going to be a couple of weeks. So as long as we keep doing everything at the warehouse as we need to and kind of keep on track, in a week or two, then hopefully these will be caught up. Spent right now is doing good, right? We're positive 16,000. Counting this, we have another 13,000 that is needing to be purchased. It's just on back order, waiting for us to finalize a larger order with them. The one of our virtual employees that sources for Amazon, which is the only one that sources really for Amazon, but she's just one of our employees. She just finished that. We're waiting for the Walmart one that's sourcing for Walmart to be complete, and we will work on that order. I'm hoping that order will be $25,000. If that's the case, then it'll be 50 grand that we just spent. So we'd be positive like 40 grand, 36 grand, which is like a week and a half. But we're going to run into an issue because we can't keep spending that at this time because sales are a little lower and we're only getting paid like 15, 20 grand a day or 15, 20 grand a week. And our goal is 30 grand a week. So we're going to have to either lower some prices or something, or just kind of coast for a week or two until some of this stuff gets shipped in and then hopefully it starts selling. The issue with that, if we ship all this stuff in tomorrow, we won't get the money back for like at least 3 or 4 weeks. So I don't know what we're going to do with that, but that is something we're going to run into. I was not anticipating spending 26 grand at this wholesaler, and it only took me maybe like 10 or 15 hours to work on it. I've got the numbers. I can just calculate it real quick, probably. Let's see. So it took me about 10 minutes today, or we'll say 30 minutes today. It took me 9 hours yesterday. So that's 9.5. 10, because it was half an hour on the 7th. And then 4.5, I think, on the 5th, Friday. So 15 hours to source 26 grand. And there's a big difference between being 25 grand behind on spending, which is what I thought we were going to be, and being completely caught up just in a matter of a few days. That's part experience, part knowing what to buy, and then part just like hard work, like sitting at the computer and sourcing away. And kind of luck too that they finally have a um, account rep that will respond to emails and like provide item quantities and all that stuff. Man, it is so much nicer when a wholesaler will work with you to be able to buy quantity instead of it just be kind of you and the website. But I'm getting kind of rambly. Hope you guys had a really good day, successful. Kind of going back to how I began the video, but day 9 out of 365 completed. Hope you guys are achieving all you're wanting to do and making some progress and still in it. Hopefully you guys aren't the ones that have quit. So have a good one and see you tomorrow.